All right, guys, we're back to our regularly scheduled program with Miss Green. So, Miss Green, we are, after all, in a library. So, do you have any favorite books or an author that you admire and would like to share with us today?
My favorite author, Stephen King.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, I have been reading Stephen King since I can remember. My mother got me started with Stephen King, and I know that probably sounds like she was a horrible role model, right? Because Stephen King stuff can be a bit creepy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think she started me out with some pretty basic, something that wasn't as scary. So, and people kind of, I think Stephen King is misrepresented as this horror writer because when they make his screenplays, they make them really scary. But I've viewed Stephen King after having read much of his writing. It's really about good and evil. And he just makes the evil in the book really evil, so it's very obvious. But good always prevails. And then he does kind of some overlapping with different books where he kind of uses different characters in various books and stuff. So love Stephen King's writing. My favorite book by Stephen King is probably, I can't even remember. It's 11/22. It's the date that Kennedy was shot.
November.
Yeah, so if you look that up,
okay.
if you look that up, so that's my favorite book because it's kind of
Never heard of that book.
It's a book about time travel.
Oh.
And it talks about the effect of having saved
11/22/63.
There you go. So, and it talks about the effect of having saved Kennedy and how the world would be different if Kennedy had survived. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll let you read it. But it's really good. And if you like time travel, because there's always this interesting thing about time travel, and like when you watch time travel movies, sometimes they get a bit confusing. But great book. That is probably my favorite by Stephen King, and I've read quite a bit of Stephen King's library, but yeah.
Was there a movie?
Yes, it was on, I want to say it might have been like a Hulu exclusive or something, and it was over a couple of different nights. It was like 3 or 4 nights, and so they did do a movie about it, but books are always better than the movie.
100%.
Wow,
100%.
that's because this is a new segment that I'm thinking of doing here is comparing books to movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would
So
love that.
yeah,
Mhm.
so why
Books
do you
are
say
always-
why do you feel that way?
Because there are details that the author provides that give me an opportunity to think and imagine and put my own kind of twist on what the author is saying. When you give it to me visually, I don't have another choice but to see what someone else's vision is.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to read and kind of put my own kind of thoughts and spin on it. But the mini-series that they did for the book wasn't bad. It aligned pretty well. Like, there were a couple things, like, and the book is, like, Stephen King writes, some of his books are 6, 7, 1,100 pages, depending on the title. So, there's a lot of details in there that don't come across in the movies and in the screenplays and stuff. But this actually was pretty good. They did a pretty good alignment, but the book is always better. I'm currently reading one of his son's books called Nosferatu, and it's kind of same genre, kind of horror, creepy, weird stuff. But again, good versus evil. Not necessarily, it's not like terrifying. I mean, but again, when you're reading and you're reading something like that, it's what you bring to the table. So, I mean, if it's terrifying, what's in your head?
Mm-hmm.
I think he might be a Boston Red Sox fan.
Yes.
I think I've seen him at games, which brings us into baseball, my
Ooh,
passion.
good segue.
And you're a Milwaukee Brewers
Yes.
fan? And
I am. I'm a everything Milwaukee fan, everything Wisconsin fan.
Okay.
So I am a Brewers fan.
Badgers.
They are my not Badgers, but that's
Okay.
only because I didn't go to
Okay.
Wisconsin. I went to UWM,
Right.
which was the Milwaukee version.
They have a
the
pretty good
Milwaukee
basketball program
They
there.
did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They're okay. But yeah, so I'm a Brewers fan. They're my NL team, but because I also lived in Chicago, the White Sox are my AL team.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm a Bucks fan, and then of course I'm a Packers fan. So because I was born in Milwaukee, raised in Wisconsin. So when you do that, you kind of bleed green and gold.
Have you been to any sports games here in Vegas?
I've seen the Aces a couple of times. And that's about it. Like, I've been pretty busy. And stuff is so expensive in Vegas. Like, it's overpriced because they figure everybody is on vacation and they're not taking account for us locals that just want to enjoy
I wish we had
some
local
stuff.
prices.
Yes,
that'd be great,
wouldn't it?
Because like paying for parking on an event night is
ridiculous.
like $40.
Yes.
That's intense.
Yeah, it is. So I agree with that. Well, and I've been to WWE events because I'm a WWE fan.
Were you a WWF fan back in the day? Yeah.
I absolutely was. I've been a fan of WWE, WWF since like the early 90s. Well, and I remember it from my childhood too, like some of the old names. But I've really been a fan since the early 90s. So, and I continue to be a fan. So whenever they come, I try to go, and my 25-year-old son is like my wrestling buddy. That's the kid that I do that stuff with. But WrestleMania is coming up in April, and they've priced us out of that because the tickets are ridiculous.
Actually, I'm checking it because we're going to go to Phoenix this weekend, my family and I, to see the Jets, New York Jets, my team, play the Cardinals. So I'm checking
the
it out.
Jets. So you have Aaron Rodgers as your
we
quarterback.
So
and you just recently got Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Packers history there.
But we've got a great quarterback now. I was kind of mad when Aaron Rodgers left, and then Devontae Adams left and came to Vegas. Didn't do so well here, and so now he's back with his quarterback. Yep. So we'll see what happens with them.
Doing pretty well so far. He's caught I think at least one touchdown pass.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good. I didn't watch them last weekend. I don't even know if they won or anything last week.
Jets won.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
So we're now 3-6.
Okay. Well, if you have good seats, take some great pictures.
I will.
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great. Because that was the most fun thing that I did when I was in Jacksonville was being at a game is so different than watching a game. And you get to see all the pre-stuff and the post stuff that doesn't get televised. And it was really cool to be able to take pictures of the whole team as they were coming out, warming up and, whatever. So that was fun.
Did you do some tailgating?
I did not because we were in Packers stuff. But I was surprised because there were a lot of Packers tailgating people. So, but no, because we weren't from Jacksonville, we weren't really equipped for that. We were coming from a hotel and we were just trying to get into the game and enjoy the game. So,
well, I've had a great time speaking with Miss Green.
Yeah,
well,
you're a
thank
very
you
fun
guys
person
for
to be around.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very, very easy to speak to.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to plug or mention, promote?
Let's
social
see.
Media for the. Do you have a social media for the activities?
It's kind of
just part of One Canyon.
No, it's like part of One Canyon. Mixed T does a great job promoting everything. Stuco has like most of the clubs have their own Instagram that you can follow. So, no, I don't have anything where I run something out of activities. But, my extension is 4221 if anybody needs anything. My office is in room 400. This is the first somebody
plugging their phone number.
Right. No, and my room is 400. Miss Poole and I work out of 400. She does all the travel stuff. Like, I just want people to know where to find the information because that's the important part. And if I can't give you what you need, I can refer you to where you need to go, and either way, you'll get what you got to get.
It's very nice.
Yep. Well, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it. I'm so glad that we could finally get this done.
Well, yes. It took over a year.
It's like a long time. Oh, my God.
But it's all good.
Yeah,
we got it done, and we welcome you back anytime. Anything, if you ever want to promote something or come on.
Shameless plugs.
Yeah, why not?
No.
This is a PR machine for the library and the school.
Well, that's okay. Well, yeah. Well, let me plug that then. Students, you need to be using the library. We've got a great library, and if you say that there are books or they don't have the right books that you want, all you got to do is talk to Dr. Ricco to get the titles that you want in this library. Because I'm looking around and I do see some shelf space where we could add to our library. So come in the library. I know reading is probably becoming a lost art, especially reading tangible books. I am not an e-book type of person. I like to have a book in my hand. And I think we should go back to that.
Yes.
So in order to be good writers, we need to read a variety of writing. So the more variety of things that you read, the better writer that you become. It's all tied together. And so I think it's really important that we promote literacy. And it starts in the library, your school library, your community library. But we need to be reading, young people. So come to the library. You don't find what you like, tell Dr. Ricco and he'll get it in here.
Yeah, we'll put a link below in the description where you can click and recommend a book for the library. We have that. And if you come up to the circulation desk, there's a QR code. I'll try to figure out how to put that in here too.
Absolutely.
Somewhere on the screen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
All right, Jeri, you want to send
Close
us off
us
here?
out? All right.
Yeah.
Well,
This might be one of the last podcasts of the year.
Yeah, because midterms coming up.
What an honor. I get to be the last one of 2024, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, wow.
We have like 5 in the can, meaning recorded that we need to edit. So, and this is a 2-part series. So we're talking about 7 podcasts coming out. Dr. Grillo, that's a 3-part series, maybe 2. We're not done editing. Principal's Corner. Yeah. And one other thing I want to plug is that if you want to come and host or co-host a podcast in the future, please let us know. We are doing auditions in conjunction with Mr. Canfield. There'll be a rubric. You'll come on the podcast. You'll basically audition.
Yep.
And Jeri, Eason, myself, Mr. Canfield are going to check that rubric and decide somewhere around February, March who the winners are, who the next hosts will be.
Yeah.
And we'll start training you.
Because Eason and I are graduating, so we want some good people
I'm
to fill our shoes.
I'm very sad about this, by the way.
And absolutely, and those are good resume builders. So you have to have, there has to be more to you when you're going on in the future, whether you're going to college or getting jobs. There has to be more to you than a grade point average. So there has to be some other things that you're working on. So this would be a great resume builder as well.
And it's a tangible skill now, podcasting.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So many people have podcasts nowadays.
And then when they go viral, and like you would be surprised how many people, and then they go from a podcast to television and some other things. And so, and it all starts with just a simple idea and a microphone. And you can do it in your bedroom. Like, you know what I mean? You can do it in your bedroom, your kitchen, whatever, and put these different things out, and it can take you wherever. Again, that's that outside the box thing. So we don't limit yourself. So come audition.
And we actually at the shameless plug at the staff development day the other day at Legacy for the librarians, I presented about our podcast.
Oh, really?
And so hopefully
Were other schools interested?
Yeah, some.
Okay, great.
And I from A to Z, what kind of equipment we're using. And one of the things I want to say that this was not my intention, but it organically happened, and Eason brought it up, is that it kind of breaks down barriers between staff and students, right? It lowers the affective filter, especially for the students, seeing that we're people, we're approachable, we have stories, we have lives, and we share good conversation here. So I think it's a great rapport builder, which I played a clip of that during the presentation. So, yeah. So we had, and I think we are the first school library to have a podcast.
Yeah, I think next time though we should have like some donuts and coffee or something. We should have some. Have a little
chewing in the microphone.
That might not be. We have to edit some of that out.
Well,
but
the green room, no pun intended. We were talking about building a green room for the guests.
That works, and then I can get my coffee and donuts in there before or after the podcast.
And if you have a rider, you let us know if you just want like Skittles or M&Ms.
Oh yeah, just the blue M&Ms.
Right, exactly.
That's all I want. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not that high strung. I'm not that high maintenance. I don't think. I'll take the whole. Just bring the whole bowl.
Okay.
You don't need to pick out colors. No.
Wow.
Anyway. So thank you again for having me. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Of course.
Anytime.
We appreciate you coming out, and unfortunately you couldn't meet Eason, but I know he was looking forward to meeting you and talking with you today.
Yeah.
But I think that's all for today, right, guys?
That's it.
All right.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you,
See
Brody.
ya. Thank you. Great job.